Hello, I'm Jennifer Lord from the Wisconsin Interoperability Initiative. Welcome to the WISCOM training video. This video will train you how to use our statewide radio system. On this video you will learn what is WISCOM, what is trunking, how is the system managed, what are the rules for communicating on WISCOM, where can you go to find additional answers to your questions. We hope that your agency benefits from using WISCOM. Please enjoy the video.
The Wisconsin Interoperable System for Communications, or WISCOM, is a shared public safety radio communication system. This statewide system allows first responders in communities across the state to communicate during a major disaster or large-scale incident. It provides mobile radio coverage to 95% of the state. There's portable coverage in many places too. The mission of the WISCOM system is to provide statewide, reliable, and responsive communications interoperability between fire, police, rescue, emergency medical, and emergency management, and other government services. In the past, most local emergency responders communicate with responders from neighboring communities by programming their public safety radios with a small number of shared mutual aid channels. This approach works well for routine incidents, but it does not support emergency communications between agencies outside these established networks. This results in communication failures when coordination is especially critical and time is of the essence. Here's where WISCOM steps in. Using 80 interconnected radio towers, WISCOM will enable first responders from across the state to communicate as needed during a critical incident. The system allows communications between all branches of government, federal, state, county, and local agencies are already communicating. This wide reach allows for seamless interoperable communications during incidents or routine needs. Many agencies in Wisconsin are already equipped with the equipment needed to communicate statewide. All they need to do is reprogram their radios to get on the system. There are a lot of great things about WISCOM. One of the things I like best about the system is its open architecture. Some other great qualities of WISCOM are that it does not use proprietary technology. It's P25, which means it will work with most other P25 trunking-enabled radios, regardless of the vendor. And it shares a statewide infrastructure that will result in long-term cost savings for everyone. Communities are already spending millions of dollars on systems that do not allow interoperability. As communities replace their aging local systems, they will be able to leverage the state backbone, sharing infrastructure costs and avoiding costly duplication of equipment. Communities can then build out additional local coverage and capacity to meet their needs when they are ready. WISCOM improves statewide communications during a crisis, which will allow first responders to better serve the citizens of Wisconsin. Here in Kewaunee County, we plan to use WISCOM for daily operations, replacing our outdated, aging radio system. Since the state maintains the core sites, WISCOM is a cost-effective radio upgrade that can save local levy dollars. For more information about becoming a daily user, please contact the OJA or the SSMG.
Now, WISCOM is governed by the Statewide System Management Group, or SSMG, and they oversee the development and implementation of the entire project. The SSMG is chartered by the Interoperability Council back in March of 2008, and they oversee all aspects of WISCOM, both to see that the project is user-driven and that the system meets the needs of all public safety stakeholders across Wisconsin. Membership includes representatives from law enforcement, fire services, emergency medical services, emergency management agencies, and municipal, county, state, and tribal government. The daily operations of WISCOM will be managed by the Wisconsin Office of Justice Assistance, or OJA. Under the authority of state statutes, we provide oversight of the development and operation of WISCOM. This means OJA will manage the WISCOM user administration responsibilities and training. We also develop memorandums of understanding, or MOUs, and system use agreements, and maintain the records of those MOUs and agreements from local communities. OJA has formed an agreement with the Department of Transportation, Division of State Patrol, Bureau of Public Safety and Communications to maintain the technical and networking aspects of WISCOM. The Bureau helps you with the technical support and questions about WISCOM.
There are a lot of things going on behind the scenes to make the system function. Now we are going to learn about some of the new technology that makes WISCOM work.
Trunking provides communication to first responders by sharing a set of frequencies instead of providing them individually. Trunking systems have been around for over 100 years. Telephones and cell phones demonstrate how trunking is used to route your calls now. Since trunking users don't require the use of dedicated frequencies, but rather dedicated talk groups that share the available pool of frequencies. This sharing of frequencies is done in the background on the system level. The benefits of trunking is that the system can handle a large number of users and talk groups with a limited number of channels. So what happens when you use your trunking radio? After you hear the chirp and speak, the system automatically picks the best frequencies to send your voice out to all the people listening to your talk group. This way you can be sure your message reaches its destination like a dispatch center in the most efficient way possible. So you may ask, how does it all work? Well, trunking brings modern technology to public safety radio communication systems. A trunking system differs from a conventional system in that it shares resources among users by computer control. A conventional system uses a dedicated channel or frequency for each group of users. One of the most significant benefits of WISCOM is the ability for multiple agencies to coordinate their efforts via a shared radio communication system. Agencies that need to communicate may do so on the interoperability talk groups that were created by the SSMG. There are 8 statewide interoperability talk groups available for use, Stack 1 through Stack 8. Additionally, 4 interoperability talk groups will be assigned based on each of the 6 Homeland Security regions. These are Southwest, RTAC 11 through RTAC 14, Southeast, RTAC 21 through RTAC 24, East Central, RTAC 31 through RTAC 34, Northeast, RTAC 41 through RTAC 44, West Central, RTAC 51 through RTAC 54, Northwest, RTAC 61 through RTAC 64. At a minimum, each agency will be required to program in their geographical respective regional talk groups. While not mandatory, it's highly recommended that agencies program in their regional interoperable talk groups into their mobile and portable radios. This will allow first responders, when responding out of their home area, to continue to communicate. Dispatch consoles and RF control stations, where possible, should be programmed to support these talk groups. All dispatch centers are encouraged to actively monitor Stack 1 on a regular basis. WISCOM talk groups establish interoperable communication capabilities statewide. This will allow all responders to communicate freely during routine operations, tactical maneuvers, and during natural disasters.
It's easy to become a public safety user of WISCOM. Now we are going to learn about the application process.
WISCOM is open to any public safety user in the state. Other non-governmental entities such as the Salvation Army, Red Cross, or Aries Races can use the system with a letter of authorization from a governmental agency that they work with. There are several levels of end-user access available on WISCOM. Those include interoperability access, travel and itinerant access, and daily use. The SSMG has determined that interoperable and travel or itinerant access will not be subject to user fees. Any local agency desiring to come on to WISCOM for daily mission-critical use will be subject to a user fee starting on July 1st of 2015. Check out our list of approved radios for WISCOM operations on the Interop website. Many brands of radios are going to be used on WISCOM after they undergo a radio system testing. During testing, we will develop a protocol for programming them so that they perform optimally on the network. If you have a radio that isn't on the approved model list, please contact your local vendor and ask them when they will approach OJA to have the radio tested for WISCOM daily operations. It's very easy to get your approved radio registered for WISCOM. Any agency that desires access needs to submit an application which can be downloaded from the Wisconsin Interoperability Initiative website at interop.wi.gov. The application includes agency information, desired level of WISCOM access, and agency radio information. Once an agency submits an application for WISCOM, that's where I step in. I review the application and then submit it for inclusion into the radio system itself. If you have any questions about WISCOM or about the application process, you can contact the OJA Interoperability staff at the email address of ojainteroperability@wi.gov.
After OJA processes the application, it comes to me and I enter the radio IDs into the NMS or Network Management System. The system allows us to manage the system. We can configure dispatch consoles, and we can enable talk groups and radios. All radios that are entered into the NMS need to have a unique radio ID as dictated by the Wisconsin P25 ID plan. With the NMS, I can see how many times a radio uses the system and which tower and talk group the radio is using. In the event your radio is lost or stolen, I can also turn the radio off and prevent it from being used on the system. The NMS enables me to make sure the system is functioning properly. I can look at individual repeaters and reboot different parts of the system from my laptop if there's a localized network failure. One of the benefits of WISCOM's system architecture is that a failure in one part of the system does not cause the entire system to go down. The IP allows the system to reroute calls around the site that is down. WISCOM Help Desk is available for technical support 24/7. You can give our help desk a call anytime, or you can email general questions to wiscomtech@dot.wi.gov.
Through the guidance of the SSMG, there are rules for operating on WISCOM. Make sure you know the rules before you use your radio.
Emergency communications is a matter of public safety, especially the safety of first responders and those affected by the incident. It is critical that all local responders utilize commonly established protocols and procedures while communicating on WISCOM. The National Incident Management System, better known as NIMS, requires that plain language be used for multi-agency, multi-jurisdiction, and multidisciplinary events. Per WISCOM administrative rules, while using any of the interoperability talk groups for training or an actual incident, the use of plain language is required as recommended by the current NIMS and ICS standards. This means no 10 codes. With words, everyone knows what's going on. While speaking on WISCOM, use short, concise phrases or words to minimize radio traffic. While WISCOM is available statewide, most local talk groups do not work on towers outside of your home area. WISCOM does encourage you to be responsible in using travel talk groups and limiting those transmissions to necessary radio traffic, as opposed to chit-chat while traveling outside of your county. While you are traveling, please limit your communications outside your home area to extremely necessary transmissions. To communicate with agencies outside of your jurisdiction, here are a few tips. Number 1, develop a county-level tactical communications plan, or TICP, before the event. This plan helps you catalog all the communication assets that are at your disposal. For assistance in planning this effort, contact your regional interoperability coordinator. Number 2, communication plans such as the ICS Form 205 for pre-planned events are recommended. This will make sure everyone knows which talk group to use. If you need help creating one of these plans, please request a communications unit leader or COML. 3, do a communications test with the other jurisdiction before the event. Make sure you are able to have clear communications with that jurisdiction. So remember, when communicating on WISCOM, be clear and to the point. Use plain language and use few words or short phrases. That way all first responders can communicate during an exercise or an actual event.
In each region, there's an interoperability expert available to help you with WISCOM and other interoperability projects, such as the Communications Assets and Survey Mapping Program, developing county-level TICPs, assisting with interoperability exercises and trainings, and any other interoperability projects you may have. For more information, check out the Regional Council section on the Interoperability Initiative website.
For a planned incident or emergency event, the state of Wisconsin has communications equipment available to help. Wisconsin Emergency Management has a mobile communications center, which is fully WISCOM capable. WEM also has a WISCOM capable radio cache. The State Patrol has plans for a Sight on Wheels, or SOW. The SOW dramatically improves WISCOM capability in a single geographic area for a large-scale planned event or emergency. Please contact your local emergency management director or sheriff to request this equipment. Thank you for watching the WISCOM training video. It is exciting to see the added capabilities that WISCOM brings public safety communications in Wisconsin. We look forward to your agency using WISCOM. Please visit our website at interop.wi.gov for more information.